Everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to another design team project for Not Too Shabby. You might notice something a little different here. I wanted to share with everybody that this little intro picture here is going to be my own Distress Oxide background that I made. I looked far and wide for a color scheme that I wanted, and then I saw my myriad of backgrounds that I had in my stash, and I just pulled it out, went to canva.com, and made my little graphic there. So Oxide to the rescue. So we are going to be, like I said, doing a Not Too Shabby design team project. Mary10 is your coupon over at the shop for 10% off your order. And we're going to make this really fun card for Father's Day, because that's what today is all about. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful time with your families. Here I have Darcie's Mr. Fix-It. This stamp set I had to have. You know I'm a huge Darcie fan. But I really love this because I am married to the original Mr. Fix-It. He is incredible. So I cut those out with my Scan and Cut, and I am going to put a little bit of this Tombow mono on the back of each of the images. And I'm going to let that dry, and it's going to become tacky. So that glue is annoying if it gobbles out on your projects and it stays tacky, but it's really useful for this. And it's really strong adhesive, so if you're careful with it, it's great. I'm going to be using my Arteza Everblend Alcohol Markers. This is the 120 set. I have a alcohol marker color chart that you probably know about. You may email me, or the instructions for it will be in the description box. I'm happy to share that with you. It really has changed alcohol marker coloring for me. So it's hard to see what I'm doing here on the screen. Hopefully you can see that number at least. I review a lot of Arteza products, and I always give them feedback on, as a crafter, as someone who does videos, I really am trying to help, maximize some of their products as best I can. They send me the products for free to review, so I'm happy to at least give back to them by providing some feedback from you all. You guys tell me what I should tell them. I pass it on. I have a really good working relationship with my contact at Arteza. He's very responsive. He is very engaging, and so I've given him stuff I've come up with and then stuff you all have come up with. So I remember watching the very first Arteza video I've ever saw was someone was using the real brush pens. And I remember watching, and the review was not good. Meaning, she did a great job doing the review, but the results were not good. It's not that the marker was bad, it was the production of the markers. So they didn't have any names on them. There was a couple other situations that were not good. And then I noticed a couple months later, someone was doing a review, and then I did a review, and they made all those changes. They are a very responsive company. So I believe they're listening. There's some updates I did on this 120 set that I posted in the last video. For example, the marketing company got back to me and said that they were going to bring out the separate 60 set, the new ones that you can get. So if you had already bought the 60, you don't have to buy the 120. This is what they're telling me, and it should be out in the next couple months. So I'm hoping that that is true and it comes out quick. What else did they tell me? Oh, they've also been looking into the other feedback as far as selling 4 of the same color in one pack. They're hoping to go to, what was the word she used? Something stock, where you can get them individually. So they're at least hopefully moving in the right direction. And I think that they're great products. I have not had a bad Arteza product yet. So I'm really impressed with the company. There's just some growing pains that they have to get through. And most of that has to do with not just gearing towards one type of artist, but listening to all types, which I think it's great. My contact is always asking me if there's new things I want to try. So if you want me to try anything specific from the Arteza website, and I haven't already, then shout it out. Let me know, because, he's probably going to reach out again. Actually, he doesn't even have to reach out. I can reach out to him and ask if there's anything you guys want to see. So let me know. I think I have the Twee markers coming next. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one. We'll see. And I'll review those and let you know what I think of them. And on that topic, by no means are my reviews of these products any kind of push for you to go purchase them. I think it's fun to do a review. I think it's neat to see what new is on the market, but I am a huge advocate of using what you have. I know that's kind of contradictory based on me doing all these reviews and having all this product. The product is going for good use, so it's definitely not being wasted here in my space. But I just wanted to let you know with that caveat, this is by no means, please feel zero pressure from me. That is the absolute opposite of how I want you to feel when you come to my channel. So with all that out of the way, I completely did not talk about any of the coloring. However, you can see how good these really blend, and that color chart has just completely changed my life. I took the time. Now the 120 color chart did take me a long time to do. I'm not going to lie to you. I got frustrated during it a few times, but it was all worth it in the end, and I'm so happy to spare you from that trauma and just give you the chart. So please reach out, and I will respond as quick as I can. After I get all colored in, I'm going to take a Memento Tuxedo black marker. You don't want to use an alcohol marker for this because it might bleed into your project. And I am going to outline the outside of that because on my scan and cut, it just went up to the line, but it left a little white mark there. I'm taking some Inkadinkadoo masking paper, and I'm going to take an old school punch here, just going to punch out a circle, and that's going to be a mask for my moon. Then I'm going to get some makeup brushes and some Distress inks, the original Distress inks, not the Oxides, and I'm going to use some of that to make my background. I'm first pulling out some Wilted Violet. That's going to be right around the moon to give that glowing effect. This is going to be basically a night scene. And then I'm going to pull in some, I'm going to say this is Broken China or Salty Ocean. I can't quite see it. And then I'm going to use a bigger makeup brush, and this is going to give me a wider range that I can cover my panel with because I used a little brush for that moon. It was just a tiny bit to get around there. Didn't need much. And this big brush here is going to be able to get that smooth, even coverage all around. I'm going to take a microfiber cloth to just clean that off. And then my last color here is going to be Chipped Sapphire. And now this is going to give me this really pretty dark blue tint around the outside. This is almost like a dusk scene. Not quite night, like midnight or anything like that, but almost like at dusk because I didn't choose to pull in any blacks around. So I'm going to put down that Chipped Sapphire kind of everywhere and then take that big makeup brush again and just get a smoother blend. It's not perfect, but I think it looks good. I think it lends to a little bit of interest to the background. I take here some shimmer spray and I'm going to pull that out where the nozzle is free, and I'm going to flick some shimmer spray speckles all around the background. And this is going to give me just a little bit of that Distress water droplet look. Okay, so I get that done. And then I'm going to take this stamp set. This is from a very old Stampin' Up set. I really just wanted these evergreen trees. I thought this was perfect for my little fox who's fixing a piece of wood there, and I'm just going to stamp that out with some Versafine Nocturne ink, remove my mask for my big reveal of the bright shiny moon, and then I realized I put my trees on crooked. So how am I going to fix that? I'm going to take a rectangle stitch die and I'm going to line it up so that I'm looking inside my little frame here so that the trees look straight. So as you can see, as I'm taping this down, it's wonky on the actual card because the trees are crooked. So this is a way that you can fix a mistake like that, because now my trees are much straighter. I don't know what I was doing. I was stamping sideways, apparently. Literally. Stamping them. They were leaning. And then I'm going to stamp out my sentiment here with some more Versafine Clair Nocturne ink. It says the original Mr. Fix-It. Pop him up on some foam tape here and put him off to the left so that he balances things out. And then you can kind of see me put together my card here. So it's going to take a moment, since it is Father's Day, to brag about my husband. My husband, not every guy should or needs to be a fix-it guy. You know, that just maybe some people aren't. Mine happens to be. He can fix absolutely anything. Anything that is broken, he will find an ingenious way to make it work. And so I just wanted to make this card to really appreciate that strength of his. He has taught me so much over the years, and I so appreciate him. And I balance him out too. let's keep it real on this channel, okay? Because his organizational skills leave something to be desired. But in spite of all that, I love him. And most of all, he is a fantastic father. He is just amazing. As I speak right now, he is out playing tennis with the kids. So just bragging on my hubby. Hopefully you all are celebrating your husbands, fathers out there and enjoying the day because they should be celebrated. So I am going to do the inside of my card, which I never do. And I used my Stampin' Up, I think it was Stampin' Up ink there, and it was dry as a bone. So I went back in with some Distress Oxide Frayed Burlap, and then it was too dark. I was like, I can't win for losing. So anyway, I wanted it a little bit lighter, but I'm going to go with it. And that's my finished card. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to head over to the shop. And when you pick up your goodies, make sure you use Mary10 for your coupon code, 10% off. I'll list everything that was used below in the description box. And we will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.